Hello everyone, I am back with another video on this channel, and today we are going to solve some LeetCode problems. Now I hope you all know what LeetCode is. So LeetCode is a website where we do computer programming and we try to learn data structures and data structure related problems in detail for top companies, as well as we also try to learn about computer programming as well. So in today's session, I'm going to myself learn a few bit about the basics of LeetCode and how it works. So I have taken some basic problems today, and gradually we are going to increase the level of the questions as we start adding more videos on this channel. So I have taken some basic questions today on arrays, because arrays are the most basic unit on which we can build upon, or we can create other kind of data structures. And the language which we are going to use is JavaScript, because I haven't seen much videos which cover computer programming problems in JavaScript. So I thought, why not start off with JavaScript today, because the thing is, many of the developers today are going towards the field of JavaScript or using JavaScript as a primary language for front end, back end, and other kinds of application. So it becomes easier to start computer programming JavaScript language as well, instead of going for other languages. So with that note, let's start off with the problem for today. So we have a problem here, which is to find the number of, or to find the numbers with even number of digits. So that's the brief title. And the question statement is, given a array nums. So nums is our input array. We need to return how many of them contain even number of digits. So if you have an example like this, where we have 12, 345, 2, or some numbers like this, then the output will be 2, because the number 12 has even number of digits because it contains 2 digits. 345 is odd, so it does not get counted into this. 2 again has single digit, so it is odd number of digits. Then 796 has 4 digits, so it contains even number of digits. And then the end of the array is reached, so we come to the conclusion that 12 and 796 has even number of digits. That is why the output is 2. So it's a pretty basic problem, I think, and we can start off with some basic problems, then move towards the more difficult ones from there. So in the second example, as we can see, in these 4 digits, only 1771 has even number of digits. That is why the output is 1. So here we have our LeetCode problem text box, in which we can write our code. We can select all kinds of languages. I am selecting JavaScript because, as I mentioned, JavaScript is my primary language for coding. So I have an input here which is in nums. I don't like using var, so I'm going to rename this to const. Now we can iterate over this nums array using nums.map. So map is a function by which we tend to iterate or move over to all the numbers which are present in my nums array. So I'm going to use map function here, and we are going to iterate over each individual number. Now getting inside this number, what we need to do is we need to calculate the total number of digits which are present in this number, right? So the easiest way would be to divide that length of this numbers in by 2, and if the remainder is 0, then the number is even, and if the remainder is odd, then the number is odd. Because let's say if I divide 4 by 2, then the remainder will be 0, that is why 4 is even. If I divide 5 by 2, the remainder is 1, that is why 5 is odd, right? So what we can do is we can convert this num to a string using number dot toString method. So this will allow me to use or to recognize this number as a string or a collection of characters. The reason why I'm doing this is because if I have 789 like this, I will consider this not as a number but as collection of characters which has a total length of 4, and I can then iterate or make a calculation on that length. So if I use dot length here, then I will get the length of this string, and then I can move ahead with some code. For now, let's just log this value using console.log. This will be printed in my stdio, and let's just run this code. Obviously, the output will not be right. And as you can see, I have the length of these numbers, like 12 has a length 2, 345 has 3, 2, 6, and so I have this length of each of this number. Now what we can do is we can now do a mod operation on this length of these numbers using mod 2. And if this the value is equal to 0, then we can say that this number is even, right? So if this mod operation returns a remainder of 0, so mod using mod sign, then we can successfully say that this number is obviously even. So what we can do is we can have a variable here using let because I am going to redefine or update this variable next. That is why I'm using let keyword. If I wanted to have a constant number, I would, or if I did not want to redefine this number, I would have gone for const keyword. Then I can go for like total number, even number digits, let's say. Is my variable in which I'm going to store the total even number digits from this array. So this value will be first initialized to 0. And if I get any kind of even length digit, then I will increment this value by 1. So I can go for plus is equal to 1. This is a shorthand syntax which essentially means is equal to total number of digits, that is the current value of digits, plus 1. So I'm basically incrementing this value by 1 on each of those values. Another variation of this could be to go for plus plus, like instead of even going for plus equal to, I can even go for plus plus total number of digits, and even that will um, allow me to increment the value by 1. That's up to us. And the last thing which we need to do is obviously we need to return this total number of digits from this function. So we use return keyword and this number as well. Now let's try to run our code and see if this works. So as you can see, our answer is 2 and the expected answer is 2 as well. So this function works for the input, which is 12, 345, 76 or whatever. Now once we hit on submit, it will run on all possible test cases which are present, and we'll get the actual implementation or the actual result, or whether this implementation is right or not on various kinds of use cases. So let's try that as well using a submit button. And as you can see, my submission got accepted. So yeah, this worked. So this was an easy problem, and from there on we can now move ahead to the complicated problems next. So let's start off with a bit of more, a little bit slightly more complicated problem from this one in the next part of our session. So welcome back to part 2 of this video, where we are going to solve another problem using JavaScript. So let's proceed with that. Now the question which we have here as the title is as squares of a sorted array. Now the question specifies that given an integer names, like this is an integer array which will contain numeric values sorted in non-decreasing order. So in case of non-decreasing, as in I think ascending order, we should return an array of square of each number sorted in non-decreasing order. So I think we need to show the output as 0, 1, 9, 600. That is, we need to square these numbers and return the array. I think that's it. Yeah. So in case of input, we have numbers like -4, 1, 0, 10, and we have returned the square of these numbers. So what happened was, after squaring, this array becomes like 4 array becomes 16, 1 becomes 1, 0 becomes 0, 3 becomes 9, and 10 becomes 100. Now on that we have to run a sort function basically, and we need to sort them in ascending order again, that is 0, 1, 9, 16, 100. Similarly, in this case, we have arrays like this with numbers. So in this case 2 square is 4, which is the first element. Then 3 and minus 3 square was 9, which were second and third element. 7 square 49, and then 11 square 121 was added. So this is the array written in ascending order. So we have two tasks here. One is to get the square of these numbers from this array, and then create another array which has the sorted values from this squared array values. So let's start off the code for this problem. So again, we are going to use JavaScript for this session, and I'm going to rename this const var to const. We have an input which is nums. So what we can do is we can use map function to iterate over this nums array and take each individual number. The first thing that we need to do is we need to square all those values to get this array which is containing the squared values. So for squared values, we can go for a function which is maths.power. So in JavaScript, we have a function called maths.power in JavaScript, by which we can take cube or squares or any kind of powers of a particular number. For example, if I want square, I will pass this number, which is let's say 4, and I will pass this second value as 2. That is 4 is multiplied twice. If we pass this value as 3, then 4 is multiplied thrice. That is the cube of this number. In our case, I want square of this number, so the power will be 2 and the number will be the variable of the number, right? The easier way would be to just multiply number by itself, but this will be a better way. Like if tomorrow if we need to find nth power of a particular number, then maths.power will be a better function to use. That is why I'm going to use that function here. So coming back to our code, we can go for maths dot power, which is POW, then pass the number itself and multiply the number twice using the value as 2. Now we need to return this value because we are using a map function. So let's return this value, and since map itself returns an array back, so what we can do is we can have a const. So I think we can name this as updated array or updated numbers, and we will get these values. First thing that I'm going to do is, before proceeding ahead, is to log these values. So let's log our updated numbers and check what we are getting before we proceed ahead. And let's try to run the code. Now I think, yeah, in the std out we have the updated numbers, so we have gotten the squared numbers here. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to sort these values. So for sorting, we have a built-in function again in JavaScript which is called as sort. So we can use this sort method to sort our elements. So what we can do is we can just use updated numbers dot sort here, and hopefully the value will get sorted properly. Let's, I shouldn't have removed the log statement. So let's print out the updated numbers again and check what we get after sorting the values. So we are going to run this code again. Now the thing that happened was these values got sorted, but they were not sorted properly. Like I know that 0 square got into first place, 1 square got into the second place, but this 100 was supposed to be at the last, and this 4 square was supposed to be the third element, but that did not happen in this case. So why did this happen? This happened because the sort method by default does a string match. So in case of string match, what happened was this one value came directly after this one, so it went into character based matching and it took 1 as the next element coming after 1, then 1 or this first element coming after 1, and then 9 was the largest element. So because it treated these numbers as strings, that is why the sort value was not outputted properly. So if you want to add a numeric values, or we want the sort function to work on numeric values, we need to have a custom function here in which we pass on the two numbers to be compared, and we pass on the logic which we want for these numbers to be compared numerically. Now if we go to the sort array syntax here, and if we look for numeric sort here, so in that case we have this numeric sort function which is to return the difference between the first and the second element. By that we have a numeric sort possible. So what we can do is we can just pass a minus b here, and now hopefully the sort method will work properly. Let's try to run the code and check. So as you can see, in now we can see that the array is sorted properly in case of squared numbers. Last thing we need to do is we need to return this value in our final answer. So let me just remove this out, console.log statement, and add a return keyword to return the updated numbers, and run the code again. Now this will work on this test case, and as you can see, our answer was correct. Now let's hit submit and check whether this got accepted or this runs on all the possible test cases. So yeah, it got accepted as well. Now in the next part of this tutorial or the part 2 of this series, we are going to take a slightly more complicated problem. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video series, and that's it for today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.